I never used to care about this until I got older. I remember there was this one kid in college that gave this presentation, and the moral of his story was about the value of knowing about your family's cultural background and making a conscious effort to connect to it. And at the time, I remember thinking, I don't really care so much about that. I don't want to dwell on the past, and I prefer to just look forward into the future. But as I've gotten older, I've not only started to see the value in connecting to my family's cultural background, I've also found myself just naturally more curious about it. And one way that I've been trying to connect to that is through language. I'm what some people might call a no sabo kid, which is essentially a Latino who doesn't speak Spanish fluently. But little by little, I've been improving my Spanish, mostly through traveling to places like Mexico, Peru, or Spain. And now I've decided to take Spanish classes here in Antigua, Guatemala. And just the other day, I was walking down the street after one of my classes, and I was thinking to myself, how amazing it would have been to put these skills to use with my grandfather. Before he died when I was a kid, learning Spanish wasn't even a thought to me, and the only few words that I did happen to know were curse words, so I could never really communicate with him. And even though I'm definitely not fluent yet, I'm at the point now where I can have an entire hour of conversation with my Spanish teacher. And so now I wonder what stories I would have heard from my grandfather, what I would have learned about his life, what lessons he could have shared, and in what ways were the same. Because as I've gotten older, I've realized that yes, we can get stuck in dwelling in the past, but we can equally get stuck in thinking only of the future. And so I'm starting to think that perhaps a brighter future and a more peaceful present can be found by understanding who we really are, and that maybe many of the answers to that question can be found by taking a deeper look at who and what made us. And so while I may not be able to speak with my grandfather anymore, I'd like to think that by learning his language, by rewiring my brain for that mode of communication, something inside of me, something inside my soul or my spirit is bringing me just a little bit closer to him, to my grandmother, to that side of my family, and ultimately to myself.